Alright, what's up, gang? I'm stuck in my office. I'm working on a Horseplay today, and they're playing a lot of music out there, and I don't want to get a copyright strike on my channel, so let me move some stuff around. I'm going to go over what I did in here, and then I have a few clips of while I was working out there. I just kind of filmed and went and just did it. So the problem was the Horseplay wasn't shooting the balls out every time. It would shoot one, miss one, then shoot the rest, or then it would start when it wouldn't shoot one, and then it would miss on the fourth or fifth one. So it really wasn't consistent. So the first thing I did, where's my camera at on this thing? I'm not looking at it. Okay, I guess that's it. Okay, all right. Well, anyway, so the first thing I did was I changed the air valve, because I'll show you. This is the piece where there's a thing right here that shoots, I forget what it's called. Let me look right here, hang on. I have the troubleshooting guide out. Sorry. Alright, the ball lift cylinder sits here and pushes the ball up, which goes into this flex tube, which goes to the gun. So let me see if I can get this on camera. This goes on here, and the balls go up to the gun and shoot out. Okay, so the first thing I did was this little valve, and when it was called again, ball lift cylinder. Okay, this wasn't shooting up all the way. So the first thing I did was I changed this out, which if you look in the game and inside of your game, this will be like this, and this will be on the back of the cabinet right next to it to the left. And it's pretty simple change. There's just 2 screws that hold it in right here, and then 2 wires, which is pretty easy to change out and fix. So I did that. I got the I don't know why I can't remember. It's a ball lift cylinder, I guess that's what it's called. I got that where it was started putting the balls up into the tube. Now it would shoot 5 out of 6 times, and I would end up, it was driving me crazy. So I ordered new balls, thinking that maybe a couple of them are old, had flat spots or something, and they just weren't shooting out. Got the new balls in, it took a week or whatever, got those in, still had the same problem. So the only thing else that it could be was this flex tube, and this is a new one. This is the one that I took out of it, and this one's good and stiff now. That's because we got it compressed to get it out of the game, but it was just wiggling on the inside and out, and so that affects the ball position in the barrel, and it would not shoot out properly. What you need to do is look down the barrel with a flashlight, and you need to see the whole ball. If you just see, the top half just poking out, then your ball is not high enough, or you just need one more ball in there. So I'm looking at the camera, or looking at my phone, but the camera's right there, so I keep looking off. Sorry about that. I'm not used to doing front-facing camera. Okay, so to get this off, and I'll show you in these little clips. Okay, it goes on here, and there's a U-bolt that goes around here, and you just 2 nuts, take that off. That was pretty simple. And then you would think you could just pull it off, but no, you can't. And I'll show you my little clips. You have to undo the gun from the cabinet, and you also have to undo the barrel. There's 4 little bolts that'll hold the barrel in. Pull the barrel out a little bit, the gun up a little bit, and then you can kind of get this off of this little platform dealy right here. So I'll go ahead and right after this, I'll show you the clips from that. And I was going to show you some final gameplay footage, but as soon as I got it up and running, people just jumped on it, and so I'm not going to have a chance to do that. But it is working now. It shoots every time. So I'm just going to read to you. Okay, balls misfire or shoot 2 at a time, and it says probable cause, not enough balls in the flex tube, which is kind of what I was having a problem with. Balls in return shoot or flex tube, they're stuck, which is the first thing I checked. I cleared out all the balls, and then I ran a wire up through the barrel, just because every once in a while we get kids, they'll throw their little egg capsules and stuff in there, and that is a problem normally. Okay, ball height and flex tube not adjusted correctly, which is actually what the problem was. It was real loose, and you could just wiggle it around, and aiming the gun up and down would wiggle that flex tube, so the balls would, I could get them to start in the right place, but as soon as some kid came in and was jerking around on it, then they wouldn't shoot out. Next thing it says is ball gate cup lifter broken, which is this little piece that went in here I was talking about. Pawl spring is not holding the ball above lit cylinder, and balls worn does not have a tight seal in the cannon. So I went through basically and I tried to fix the easiest stuff first, the stuff that I thought it was going to be first. And I can't get used to looking away. I'm trying to look at the camera. Okay, so went through all that. Like I said, it ended up being the flex tube. So right after this, I'm going to take you through how I got it off there. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike, because definitely have some country music going on. I can't stand country music. It's driving me crazy. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. So this is the first thing you want to take off. These two bolts here, and this thing will slide off, and then the U-bolt will come off, and then you can, well, it'll free this up to come off here. Okay, there are two of the bolts, and on their side of the other two, those are for the gun. That's what bolts is to the cabinet. So you're going to have to loosen those up to free up the top. And then there's two screws on either side to lift this up. Then you can get to the inside of this, and there's where the bolts are. You got to make sure that assembly all stays together too, that holds the gun in place. And then pull out these bolts, and you can pull this barrel out, and then it'll come free. It's kind of a pain, but that's why I'm documenting it, so that I don't have to go through this all over again. But that's a new one. It's all in. I'll get this thing buttoned up and see if it fires up.